Today we're diving into a topic that's probably on a lot of your minds right now, the impact of presidential elections on the housing market. With the upcoming election just around the corner, you might be wondering whether this is the right time to buy or sell a home. Well, in today's video, I'm going to break it all down for you. It's no surprise that the upcoming presidential election might have you speculating about what's ahead. Those unanswered questions can quickly turn into concerns, leaving you feeling uncertain about making big decisions like buying or selling a home. So let's get straight to it. What does history tell us about elections and the housing market? First off, let's talk about home sales, and you might be surprised to learn that presidential elections typically only have a small and temporary impact on the housing market. In the month leading up to an election from October to November, we generally see a slight slowdown in home sales. Some buyers and sellers choose to wait until the election is over to make their move, but here is the key. This slowdown is minor and it doesn't last long. Historically, home sales bounce right back and they even increase the year after an election. In fact, data from the Department of Housing and Urban Development and the National Association of Realtors shows that after 9 out of the last 11 presidential elections, home sales went up the following year. This trend has been consistent since the early 1990s. Now, what about home prices? Do they drop during election years? Not typically. As a housing analyst says, an election year doesn't alter the price trend that's already happening in the market. Home prices generally rise over time, and this trend doesn't change just because it's an election year. Looking at the data, after 7 of the last 8 presidential elections, home prices actually increased the following year. The only exception was during the 2008 housing market crash, which was an unusual and extreme event. But in today's market, even with some price moderation, we're not seeing a significant overall decline. And lastly, let's talk about mortgage rates, a hot topic for anybody looking to finance a home. Historically, during the last 11 presidential election years, mortgage rates decreased from July to November in 8 of them. We're already seeing this trend in 2024, with many experts predicting rates will continue to ease slightly throughout the rest of the year. That is great news if you're planning to buy a home soon, as lower rates mean more purchasing power. So what's the big takeaway? While presidential elections do have some impact on the housing market, the effects are usually minimal and short-lived. Historically, the housing market doesn't tend to look very different in presidential election years compared to other years. For most buyers and sellers, elections don't have a major impact on their plans. So bottom line, while it's natural to feel a little bit uncertain during an election year, history shows that the housing market remains strong and resilient. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, there is no need to hit the pause button. If you're ready to make a move or you just want some advice on navigating the market during this election cycle, let's connect. I'm here to help you make informed decisions and define your place in Miami. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.